Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the Starcraft 2 Ownage Shack for Game 2 of this Best of 3 series between DuckloadRa, the red Protoss here at the top position on Metalopolis, and mouzNaama, the green Terran, at the 9 o'clock position here on Metalopolis. It's going to be a Protoss versus Terran. I hope you guys tuned into Game 1. If you have not, please go check that out right now. You do not want to spoil the series for you. So anyway, it's going to be between these two players here on Metalopolis, which is a pretty fair map, I feel. Doesn't seem to favor either race too much. I do not expect to see much tank play on this map, however, from Naama due to the very long distances between the bases, as well as these wide open areas. It's definitely a little bit hard to get a nice choke. There are only a few actual spots where you can get the choke, force the units to clump up, and deal massive damage with the Crucio shock cannon of the siege tank, so probably not going to see siege tank play. And as for the Protoss player, well, the sky's the limit. We don't know what DuckloadRa is going to do here, but being the excellent Protoss player he is, I do expect to see some pretty sick play. They have spawned in close positions right away, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this be a shorter game. Usually it is a shorter game because there really is no place to take your third when you spawn in these positions. We can see the third natural is directly between the two mains, so it's so close to your opponent it's really impossible to take. The only real option might be this gold here, maybe a hidden expansion down at a random main or a random expo. Either way, it does not matter. DuckloadRa's probe is going to be trying to take out the SCV, constructing the barracks at the ramp. It's not going to work on Naama though. He swaps out the SCVs to get a fresh one here repairing. He's still going to be harassing with this probe. Always an extremely annoying thing to deal with as Terran. And at the same time we have the gateway coming out for DuckloadRa. He's already got his gas up mining those precious Vespene resources. One pylon goes down, going to put him in a nice easy supply. Now the Cyber Core goes down, so some completely standard play is being dealt here by DuckloadRa. We see a supply depot going down behind the smoke here by the Terran player, mouzNaama. Now this is just for some spotting. It's always a very depressing feeling when you're 5 minutes into a game and the next thing you know you see two gateways here pumping zealots. They run into your main base, snipe off all your SCVs, and all you can do is give a GG. So nice to see him taking that precaution. He's even being safe, creating a partial wall here at his ramp. Something you don't see too much against Protoss because you can be supply blocked if they take it out. But it's going to give him that extra little bit of protection that he might need against an early push of zealots. Doesn't look like that's going to be coming out though. We see one zealot into the stalker immediately, which is pretty standard. We have warp gate research going down. Wouldn't be surprised to see Chrono Boost go down there the next time he gets his 25 energy. Meanwhile, we have a factory going down from Naama. He does favor the tech play rather than the bio ball. So maybe I'm wrong and we will see some tanks. Looks like it's going to be a Hellion for now. I would love actually to see some tanks just to see mix up here. It does get a little aggravating to see MMM entirely in Protoss versus Terran. So I'm glad we did get to see a little bit of an interesting play last game. Like I said, go check that out if you haven't. We now see the Robo going down right after the gateway, so it doesn't look like he's deviating too much in his build. He's got his second gas up, which is indicative of going for the higher tech units. We have another gateway down as well, so it's going to be a 2-gate Robo for now, it looks like. Doesn't look like either player is planning on expanding anytime soon. We have a second barracks going down for Naama, so it looks like he's going to forget about the starport for now. Going to forget those Banshees. Go straight for a bunch of bio. Looks like a tech lab is being thrown down here, so we might see those tanks after all. And I don't know, it could be pretty interesting if he does a nice timing push with the tank against the exposed main of DuckloadRa, who is still working on getting his gateways out. There goes the third gateway, so it's going to be a 3-gate Robo. Very nice to see this. It's really all you can produce off one base here until someone expands. He is saving up his minerals, so we will have to see what he's going to gear up and do with that. We have Siege Mode coming out for Naama, so it looks like I was completely off the mark with my prediction. The Hellion tries to do something here, but gets repelled by the Stalker immediately. We have Stim almost completed, a bunker at the ramp for safety, and maybe we will see the timing push right after Siege Mode and Stim finish. I do believe Siege Mode research is faster than Stim, so they should be finishing pretty much at the same time. But the Observer once again is coming out for DuckloadRa and is going to see everything that's happening, including this starport, which is slightly late. If he was expecting a 1-1-1, looks like an expansion is going to be going down from DuckloadRa. So pretty much the same build here as last game, save that starport, or sorry, the Stargate that we saw. We have a reactor going down on the second barracks for Naama, so it's going to be pretty standard here with one tech lab, one reactor, get out the Marines here, and the upgrades and Marauders there. A medevac is coming out of the starport, and it looks like the observer is going to head on home. Doesn't want to be scanned and lose those minerals, although I guess he's just going to chill here for now. Looks like he's setting up to expand. We don't see the command center going down quite yet, though, for mouzNaama. So because of that, I would expect a timing push. You either need to do a timing push or expand yourself when you see your opponent expanding. Otherwise, you'll just be so far behind on the resources to do anything. So it looks like it is going to be the timing push option here from mouzNaama. He's going to come in, but the tank is unsieged. Two of them are unsieged. Now he sieges up. It's going to be important to have that. And the engagement is coming. They stim up quickly. The medevac comes in to do some healing, but two immortals are going to just devastate those tanks. We see that one goes down immediately. Another's getting focus fired by this immortal, who has racked up 4 kills. This attack is just completely demolished by DuckloadRa. All of the units except 3 Marines and 1 Marauder get completely slaughtered. So if we look at the units lost, we can see that DuckloadRa is clearly pulled way ahead, and he even has this expansion mining. So he is so far ahead right now. I think that Naama is either going to have to be relentless with his attacks here, or going to play some serious catch-up. That's all he really can do at this point. This expansion is going to be so far behind DuckloadRa's that, as we can see here, the income is just completely one-sided. So his army is going to be macroed up way faster. We see that he's at 70 supply right now, while Naama is at 36. So there's going to have to be some kind of amazing play here if we're going to see any sort of combat. 14 harvesters to 36. And it looks like he's going to be pushing in for the kill here. DuckloadRa swings around here for the finishing blow. He knows he's way ahead. A bunker's being constructed here, but it is not going to be fast enough. He doesn't even care. He's going to go straight for this expansion that's building. The immortals do huge damage. This one's actually at 1 HP with 100 shields, so he's running on pretty much bolts. And we see the SCVs are just cut off by some beautiful force fields here. They get totally demolished. So now we see 9 harvesters. 1 siege tank is doing some considerable damage versus the zealots, but against this many units it's not going to matter. The bunker actually completes, but it is all in vain because only a Raven is left, and he GG's out of this game. So a pretty interesting game there. We saw a failed timing attack against DuckloadRa. I feel that the crucial moment really wasn't a moment in time, but rather a choice of units. We saw that Naama's choice of tanks was completely thwarted by this immortal heavy composition of DuckloadRa. It was able to completely rip face at the engagement here. We didn't see the timing push succeed, and because of that, his expansion was so late that he had no way of coming back into the game. So pretty exciting game 2 here. It's a tie right now between these two players. They're 1 game apiece. Stay tuned for game 3, guys.